Key to success. Another day in Braj. That's the fortune. You read the lives of great saints and even kings that retire and give up everything and come here. Like one king, he was a very wealthy king, and he became a devotee, Krsna Radharani. And he came to visit Vrindavan, and he liked it so much. He came to visit for a few days, and he stayed a month. He went back to his kingdom, and he had his brothers take over. He said, "I'm moving to Vrindavan." So when he came to Vrindavan with his wife, the queen, then he came and he said, "From this day forward, I'll never wear shoes again." And he built a big house because he's a king, so he lived very comfortably. But he was totally in love with the dust of Vrindavan, of Brajaraj. He was always covering himself with the dust. Then when he made a temple, his house became kind of a temple. Already a temple was there. And then he said, "When I die, in the entrance floor, when you go up the steps in the floor before you go in the temple, I want my face, my wife, whatever. I want on the inset in the stones. I want it's white marble. I want some black silhouette, that I'm there, so everybody will touch me with the dust of their feet. Their feet will walk on my face like this." And then he said, "When I die," that's after he said, "Do this in the temple." He said, "Every day I get the dust of the feet of devotees." He loved the dust of the feet of devotees. He said, "When I die, I don't want to be carried through the streets of Vrindavan on a palanquin, on a stretcher, like you call a palanquin, because he was a king, and they used to carry him like that as a king, sometimes on procession. When you go to Rath Yatra, they carry the king of Puri from his house down the street to sweep the Jagannath cart before Rath Yatra. So he's carried on a palanquin. There's a big, big white umbrella, and there are fanny chamras, and the crowd is, police are clearing, people are running through the crowd. They're carrying leaves. He's seeing the curtains are there. King. So he said, "I don't want to go like that. When I die and you're taking me for cremation, just you spread," because he's a king, he had a lot of money. He spread sand all over just Brajaraj. Just covered all the roads with Brajaraj. There were stone roads then. This was about 150 years ago. A stone, like in Vrindavan, now it's paved, but it used to be all big stones. So let's cover that with sand and Brajaraj. And just and don't carry me on a palanquin, just drag my body through the sand. So they held him by the shoulders and they dragged by the hands or whatever, I don't know exactly how they did it. And they dragged him down the street, his dead body through the Brajaduli. Sounds pretty gross, but what they say. And then he was burned. He was a great devotee of Radharaman. His name was Fundan Lal Shah. And his palace, his temple where he lived and where he worshipped the deity is called Shaji Mandir. Shaji Mandir. It's right near Nidhiban. You go down Loi Bazaar and turn left, you go into Radharaman, go straight in there. Big arches there. Then you turn right, there's Nidhiban, and you go Radharaman. And the deities were Chota Radharaman. And it's still small deities of Radharaman. And the temple room was all chandeliers and everything. And every year of a Sant Panchami, the chandeliers are covered with bags, or cloth, I guess. Can't see them. But then I think it was Sant Panchami, or one day a year, there's a big festival, it's one of the Vrindavan festivals. They take them off and they clean all crystal chandeliers. Red and white and clear crystals in different colors. Cranberry glass. And beautiful lamps, all from the 1930s. He was born in 1887, so 1940s, like this. About 80 years ago, 90 years ago. Shaji Mandir, it's a big temple. That was his house, the palace, and the temple. So you go there, you can see, and then it has all these curved columns, like solid marble columns, and they're curved like spirals. They're carved like spirals. Really cool. And then the floor is got him and his wife and his
And a small deity of Radharani.
yeah. Like Radharani is small, very small.
Looks like the same?
No, it doesn't look like that. Not possible. Impossible. I mean, people have look-alike deities you can buy in a market also. Black brass deities. It's brass or maybe it's loha or something. Or iron. Same kind of eyes. Radharaman is Radharaman. That's the whole idea. They don't need second one, you just go there. And Krishna is one, and the devotees are many. Ekala Ishwara Krishna, Arasavya Britya. There's one controller, and everyone else is a servant. I just go there and serve the one, and be with the one, and love the one. Radharaman.